Hi everybody. Let's start our session for today. This is Beatrice with BindTuning. Let me start by welcoming everyone to the call. Thank you for joining us today and for taking the time to be with us for the next 30 minutes on this exciting day, as we are demoing one of the most anticipated BindTuning releases to date, the BindTuning provisioning engine. So during this session, we will demo this powerful solution we've been working on for the past month. So let's quickly take an overview on the agenda. Okay, so today I will just go through a quick introduction on BindTuning for those of you who do not know BindTuning. Then we will jump right into the provisioning engine, and I will talk a little bit about what is the provisioning engine, and we will have a demo on the product. I will also explain the concept of BindTuning business templates, and we will also have a second demo session. And then I will talk a little bit about the planned upcoming releases for the product for the upcoming months. And for those of you who stand by with us until the end of the session, we have a surprise offer, so please stand by. And we will open up to Q&A by the end of the session. So for those of you who know BindTuning, our value proposition is clear. BindTuning is a framework that includes the building blocks to extend SharePoint and Office 365 experience to the enterprise. We provide the tools that allow the creation of rich user interfaces in connected and engaging modern workplaces. So for those of you who know us, you know that the framework is built by themes, web parts, and tools. And we've been helping companies creating these engaging experiences on top of SharePoint and Office 365. So today we will be talking about a new member that's being added to the BindTuning product family, the BindTuning provisioning engine for Office 365. The provisioning engine is a powerful new desktop app by BindTuning. In one hand, the provisioning engine deploys, provisions, and updates websites with BindTuning products in one single step and across multiple site collections at the same time. We know that this has been long requested by our customers, so I'm pretty sure that those of you that are joining us and that are BindTuning customers already will be happy to hear about this product. But we extended this concept a little further. On the other hand, the BindTuning provisioning engine deploys and provisions complete solutions, so complete templates, business scenarios to Office 365 sites in minutes with no code. And this is a new concept that we will talk about in step 3. So the motto for the provisioning engine is spend more time delivering and less time configuring Office 365. This is the value proposition for the provisioning engine. So how do we help you achieve this? The provisioning engine has several benefits that are clear. We eliminate repetitive steps in installation processes. Obviously, we significantly reduce installation or potential installation errors with the use of the provisioning engine, since it's a closed environment and a closed process. We are automating all the dependencies during installation. And, well, for the ones in the session that have installed BindTuning products, you know that there are some dependencies, that are some steps that have to be taken during installation that are required. And the provisioning engine basically handles all these dependencies for you, so it takes all necessary steps in a transparent way. It is scalable. From 1 to unlimited site collections, so it makes your life way easier in the process of installing products, and obviously facilitates the process of pushing product updates across multiple site collections. So this process of updating is way easier than it used to be up to date. So with no further delay, let me pass it on to our Chief Architect, João Ferreira, who is with me. Thank you, João.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for being in this call. So I will quickly do an overview and show you how the provisioning looks like. And before I sign in into this Office 365, let me start by explaining what you will see for the very first time when you sign in or when you open the provisioning engine in your computer. It will require a BindTuning account, and you will have to authenticate in the provisioning with your BindTuning credentials to register your application. And that step needs to be done only when you run the application for the first time. After that, you will see this Office 365 login window, and here you don't need to introduce your Office 365 credentials. The only thing that you need to pass to the application is the URL of your SharePoint site. We support single site collections or the connection to the tenant administration site, where you will be able to manage the installation of products and to check how many products you have in different site collections directly from the provisioning engine. So I will start by connecting to the admin. So I will sign in as an administrator, and the white window that popped up is the authentication on the Office 365. I have my credentials saved on the computer, so it opens and closes automatically. But for those of you that don't have the credential store, that will open the browser window with the Microsoft Classic login page that you usually see when you connect to the SharePoint Online. When you first land into the provisioning engine, you will see this page, and from here you can install BindTuning products, and this is what I will show in this demo. So if I click here, this will immediately open all the products that I have for Office 365 on my BindTuning account. If you have more than one web part subscription in your BindTuning account, you will be able to select your subscription from this dropdown, and you will be able to select the products that you want to install in your site collections. We have the same concept for themes and the same concept for tools. So the our set of products, it's covered, and everything will be available through this platform. So there's no need for you to go to the website and manually download and upload every single zip file to your computer. So I will select just a few products, and I will click here in this install button. I have a counter of the number of products that I have to install on my system. And once I click in the install, I'm redirected to this review and install part of the process, where I can confirm that I have all the products that I want to install, or if I want to remove something like the theme, I can just click on the theme and remove it. Since I'm logged in as an administrator, I have access to all the site collections that exist on my Office 365 tenant. So if I click next, then I will be able to go and select what are the site collections where I want to install all these products. And once I click install, then this opens the sign-in window. It will sign in for each site collection, and then it will start the download process. Then it will extract all the files in your computer. It will upload the file for each site collection, and then you will have all the products installed and ready to be used in your system. I will cancel this installation since I have all the products already installed and everything was canceled, and I will get back to the presentation, and Beatriz will continue to explain you a little bit more about the provisioning engine.
All right, thank you, João. So we've seen the most basic step inside the provisioning engine, which is the installation of BindTuning products. But as I said, we extended this concept to business templates. And for those of you that attended Microsoft Inspire last year, you know that Microsoft kind of shifted their positioning towards the market towards addressing sales in vertical business areas. And we are also kind of verticalizing BindTuning products. And the goal with these templates is to prepare you business scenarios oriented towards specific industries that you can automatically deploy in your customers, in your companies, in a single step. On this first release, you will see several templates available in the gallery. Not all will be available for immediate download, but you will see the ones that we're working on. You will see templates for specific industries like the banking industry, oil and gas, medical industries, legal, and so on. So we're building scenarios for these specific areas, but we're also building scenarios that fit any industry, like generic internet landing pages, like project workspaces, and so on. So in this first release of the provisioning engine, we have 3 templates available for you to install. You will see an intranet landing page template, and this is a regular scenario for an intranet landing page that is built with BindTuning, web parts, and theme on it. The template is automatically deployed. The second template is the project workplace template, and this template is suitable for managing projects. There is 1 landing page and 2 demo pages for project pages. So this template has 3 pages on it. And on the third place, you will see the GDPR Activity Hub template. And basically here, what we have done is we grabbed the GDPR Activity Hub project that Microsoft built, and that has kind of this tutorial that explains you how to build a GDPR management portal in SharePoint or Office 365. But instead of having to do it manually, you can actually deploy it in one single click by using the BindTuning provisioning engine. And I will pass it on to João because he will be demoing these templates now.
Okay, so back to the demo. I have all the templates that we will have available at the release here to just show you, starting with the internet landing page. This template is built with our temple theme and uses few of our web parts. We start with this tiles section at the top, and below the tiles we have quick links, we have news and the calendar web parts, and we finish the template with a third row of web parts with tiles again that in this case are being used also as quick links to applications, maps, and our responsive video web part. All of this will be included in the template. So once you install the template on your site, you will have the theme, you will have the web parts, the demo content, and you will have a custom page layout that will be only available for this specific template. So you will end up with this exact site on your SharePoint in less than 15 minutes. The second one, it's this team site workplace area where you have, instead of just 1 page, 3 pages, we have alerts at the top. We have then an introduction to the team. We have tiles one more time, and slider and documents. And again, you will end up with all of this content on your site, and you can use this as a starting point for you to start building sites inside of your portal. Let me just quickly go over to the other pages. And this is a project page with information about project manager. And here we combined default SharePoint web parts with our web parts and just regular text that it's available over here. And again, this is how it looks. And we have a second project page included. And project manager information, it's displayed with a different layout and with more information. And we have, again, tiles, the SharePoint timeline, and our people web part, news, and calendar. We also have the GDPR template. This was built, like Beatrice said, based on the open source project that it's available on GitHub. What we did was we migrated all the web parts and the entire project that it's available here, from the SharePoint framework version where it was built to version 1.4. And this allows us to install all the web parts without the need to set up the CDN on your side, so we can easily deploy the web parts and the template to your websites without to go over all the steps that are described in this installation guide. And you can easily get this on your modern sites. The only manual step involved is the configuration of the dashboard that it's actually built with Power BI and not SharePoint. It's using the Power BI SharePoint app, but the Power BI needs to be configured in order to see this type of information. So let's go back to the provisioning app. I will just restart this. And now, instead of signing in as an admin, I will sign in on my personal site collection. And by doing this, I will be able to apply a template directly to my site collection. And I will be able not only to apply the template, but if I don't have one of the required products to use the template, and I will open this one to show you what is required to get this. This requires the use of all these web parts and this specific theme. So when I click on the install, this will first ask me to create a new site or use one of the existing ones that I have in this site collection. I have two different subsites, but imagine that I want to apply this to my root site collection. I just need to select this site over here, and then when I move on to the select products, here I have the option, if I don't have web parts, I can start a BindTuning web part trial subscription directly from here, or select one of the available subscriptions from my account, and same thing for the theme. So this requires temple theme to work. And while you will end up with the template built on your site, you can end up with different colors if you select a previous theme configured by you. If you want to get this exactly as it is shown here in the template, you can download a trial theme using this exact same customization. And then if you are happy with the customization, you can later on proceed with the purchase of the license for that specific trial. So I will not request a trial. That will take about 15 minutes to get the template, to get the product available in order to start the deployment of the template, but I will select one of the existing themes on my account, and I will apply the template. This will immediately sign in to the site collection where I am, and it will build this report list with all the products that are included in the template. And here at the bottom, we have the theme that I picked, and the last thing that it's applied to the site, it's actually the template. So it will apply the lists, it will create the demo content, it will apply the theme, and you will end up with the exact site that you've seen on the template image. Before this proceeds, I will cancel this because the site it's already applied there, and I will open it. This is the demo site, and this is how it looks like. This was the base site that was used to build the template, so I will just copy this and open my personal site collection to show you how the template looks like applied to the same site. So this is how it looks. It's loading the web parts for the first time over here. All the web parts are deployed with the cache mechanism installed, so you don't have to worry about then activating that. So you will end up with the exact same site. The only thing that you will not see is the events in the calendar. So since this is using the SharePoint default calendar, we are not adding events to the calendar. So the calendar is connected to one specific calendar in the SharePoint, but the web part will show no upcoming events. Other than that, it looks exactly like the other demo sites that we use to build this exact template. And back to the presentation, I will give control again to Beatriz.
Thank you, João. All right, so I think this is very exciting, and I can see it by your comments. We have a lot of questions, so we will try to answer them all by the end of the session, so please stand by. Quickly, just talking a little bit about the upcoming releases. So general availability of the product is exactly in 1 week, March 7. Plans for Q1, Q2. The templates that you see available on the gallery will all be totally available for installation still during this period. We will also launch the feature for the selection and creation of pages and sites during the installation process, and we will be adding SPFX support still during the month of March. So for those of you that have attended previous BindTuning webinars, you know that we are close to releasing BindTuning themes for SPFX. So that is to happen during the month of March. And the support for SPFX in the provisioning engine will follow the release of the templates, of the themes, I'm sorry. During Q3, Q4, we have exciting features coming. So the first is the template builder. I'm pretty sure that everyone in the session must be super excited when I tell you that you will be able to build your own templates. Scenarios like you have a customer or you have a company where you know that you have multiple departments and you would like to have the same kind of style, the same structure per department, you will be able to create that template within the BindTuning template builder, and you will be able to deploy it automatically using the provisioning engine. We will also launch a tool for site diagnostics. This means that we will give you the ability to point to a tenant, and we will tell you exactly the BindTuning products that you have installed, what you need to update, what can be updated. So this will be a powerful tool that will be launched later this year. We will also be launching on-prem support on the second part of the year. And obviously, we will continuously be adding new templates. And with this, let's go to Q&A. So there are a lot of questions, and I'm going to get João to check on the technical questions and to give you some insights.
Okay, so first question. So if we have a site theme already installed, but we want a template, do we need to use the template theme, or can we apply a template to any theme? Okay, for now, you will need to use the template theme. There are styles built in with the templates that are specific for the template theme, but we have plans later this year to support templates with different themes and even with the Seattle master page. Second question is provisioning engine available for on-prem? For now, it's available just for the online, but later this year, we will release this for the on-prem. Another question, are these framework-based or classic SharePoint? The first version will support classic SharePoint only, with the exception of the GDPR that is already installing SPFX products and deploying to SPFX modern sites. We will, during the month of March, we will release support to install the web parts for the modern sites and the themes for modern sites as well. Another question, when web parts are updated, does it automatically push out the template with that web part in it? So when web parts are updated, and if you select to update the web parts individually, it will not update or it will not push the templates to the website. Okay, another question. Is provisioning engine included if you have subscription for all web parts? No, provisioning engine, it's a separate product and it will require a specific license in order to work. Another question, can you apply the provisioning to all existing site collections? The answer is, for now, we will support classic theme sites and classic publishing sites, and we will have support for collaboration sites and modern theme sites. Those are the site collections where the provisioning will be available to be used. Another question, can you give us an idea of the licensing costs? It's not defined yet, and it will be available at our website next week. Another question, once we have provisioning engine, can we use it as much as we want on many tenants as we want? So the license will be per user, per tenant. So you will need a license for each tenant where you want to use it. Another question, so will you blacklist the search site and my site? My site, we will blacklist for sure. We are not supporting my site, I would say, for the last 2 years. But search site, it's a possibility. We will have to look closely to the structure of the site, and if it is supported by all the structure that we are implementing and building, we will add support for the other site types that are available on SharePoint.
Hi, Polly. So question about partners. Yes, we will have specific license for partners, and you will all be contacted in the next week with information specific for partner licenses. Okay, so if we don't have any more questions, I want to thank you for your time. We're a couple minutes after the scheduled hour. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are very excited about the provisioning engine, so we hope that you are excited too at this point. Thank you, and we see you soon and hope to see you soon in our next webinar. Bye-bye.